always talked about old horror movies, and the idea of kind of being able to create something like that and seeing Johnny play like the, you know, the monster in a way is fantastic.
More at home. Is it still easy to get on there?
I've always admired him, as most people do, because of his choices as an actor. Because he's always done things according to his own values. He's never done anything according to anything.
김이구나. 뱅그 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 깜짝 뱅그 뱅그 그래 엄마 기사 찾아줄게.
I think in a funny way it's a bit similar.
뱅그 기사 찾고 있어요. 어떡해.
And getting away from ourselves. I know we both are allergic to watching ourselves, so it's sort of in a way of a...
여기 있다. 깜짝?
What may I do for you today, sir? Trimming of the hair. Soothing skin massage. Sit, sir. Sit.
You see, sir, a man infatuated with love.
I often thought of him during filming this, that he's got the perfect job. He doesn't have to say much, he just stares and broods. It doesn't have much dialogue. I wish I could do that job. But he did have to sing, so that sort of balanced the whole thing out.
The closest I ever came. I remember, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago, Tim came to visit us at our house, and he brought me like a CD of Sweeney Todd, you know, the Angela Lansbury stuff, and I said, you know, I don't know if you ever heard this, give it a listen. I said, you know, okay, give it a listen. Go on, that's interesting. And then, you know, whatever, you know, 5, 6 years later, the question comes, hey, what do you think, you know, think you can sing? You know?
Richard and I were talking one day, this was after probably maybe a couple of months, you know, I mean, I was comfortable, I knew he could do it, but nobody had heard, and so we just had this fantasy of like, you know, he'd start singing and it's like, oh my God, what the hell is that?
We were here at the studio, sets were being constructed, wardrobe was being made, other actors and commitments were being made. Studio, literally, we were spending millions of dollars on the picture. Not one person on earth had heard Johnny sing. He's the star of the picture.
We're in a merry mood today, Mr.
I think at the end of the day, Stephen Sondheim didn't hear him sing before he had decided that he would accept that Johnny was going to do it. And you just look at Johnny's body of work and you realize that, you know, this is a man who holds himself to the highest possible standards, and we all knew that if he said he could do it, he could do it. It helped to know that in fact, it was a little impressive. He originally came to Los Angeles not as an actor, but as a musician.
안녕하세요. 아빠한테 인사하고. 안녕하세요.
What I did was I called up an old pal of mine that I played in the band for years. In fact, the guy who was the singer, you know, the main singer of the band. His recording studio called and said, I got this stuff I'd like to try and sing.
Well, Sweeney Todd, they say, is like an opera more than Broadway.
아빠한테
There's
안녕하세요.
a lot of half steps, there's a lot of, you know, chromatic lines running up, and, you know, neither Johnny nor I can read music, so we were like using our ears and going, what is that, you know? It's pretty funny to see a couple guys out of the rock and roll days trying to figure out this amazing piece of music, but at the end of the day, it's a song, a singer, and a melody, and it could be complicated, but it was fun figuring it out. I was called my friend upstairs who could read music. Can you come down and tell us exactly what note this is? He went in my place and drank some wine for a bit, and smoked a bunch of cigarettes, and then it was like, were you going to do this or what?
Just started kind of knocking them down one by one. You know, starting with My Friends, that was the first thing I ever sang. Like, basically, that was the first song I ever sang in my life. alive. You know, it was pretty weird. Yeah. Scary.
Honestly, when we did the first take of the first song we did, which was My Friend, basically had to talk back. I said, you want the good news or the bad news? He goes, well, give me the bad news. I said, the bad news, you have to do this.
One day I was in my office on the phone. Tim bursts in and lays down a little cassette player and his headphones. And I didn't know what he was doing, and he walked out. So I got off the phone and put them on and listened to Johnny sing for the first time. And I just put it down, went into Tim's office, and we both just stared at